Well, hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you all the makeup I'm getting rid of. So a few weeks ago, I decluttered my collection. I didn't film it because it wasn't a thorough declutter. You know, I don't really like getting rid of makeup. It's just pointless to me. There were just a few things here and there that I was like, you know what, realistically speaking, I know I don't use this and I'd rather just give it to one of my friends or a family member while they're still good to use. Some of them clearly did not work for me. I didn't like the formula, whatever. But I mean, I think that some of my friends might still like them, and I'd rather just give it to them before simply throwing these out. Just a heads up that there's not going to be any lip product in this video because I plan on doing the lips separately because I would like to swatch a bunch of these and really take the time to declutter my lipsticks, and so that will be for different time, different day. So let's start this video, and let's start with the primers. There's three I'm getting rid of. The first one is the Redness Correcting Plus Pore Minimizing Primer from Essence. Doesn't really do much. It's not bad. I don't think it has a weird reaction with my makeup and oh my god, it's terrible and it gives me pimples or whatever. It's really not doing much for me. It's practically full. I think I've only used it a couple of times. There's no need for it to stay in my drawer and go bad, so I'm giving this away. I then have the Professional Matte Rescue. Again, I don't hate it. I used it a few days ago and it was okay. It's just, again, it doesn't really do much. If I'm going to use a professional product from Benefit, I'm going to go for the classic professional. This is just, again, kind of useless in my collection. And finally, I have the Sephora Pore and Fine Line Filler. This is a product that's very similar to the classic professional from Benefit. This is kind of those silicone primers, you know, that really you press into the skin. It's not bad. It's just that, again, I'd rather just use the classic professional. So if I ever want to use a product like this, I have others I prefer. So this I'm getting rid of. Moving on to foundation, again from Sephora, I have the Glow Perfection foundation in the shade Light 20. This is too light for me. It's not bad. It's not the most covering, it's not the most long lasting, but it's not bad. It's just, again, there's so many other foundations that I have and that I use and that I love using that this is just kind of like, yeah, it's a foundation. There's nothing really special about it. And they don't even make this anymore. And this is, again, quite full. So this is going to someone else. I have a sample. This is a big sample. There's like 5 milliliters in here. This is the Herbarian Bb Cream. I just don't really like this product. It's supposed to be the best BB cream on the market. It is covering for sure. I mean, it's not what you expect a BB cream coverage to be, but I just don't really like it. And this is the shade Gold, so it's too dark for me. And even when I'm tan, it's a bit pink. I don't like this, okay? If my friends want it, good for them, but I don't want it, I don't like it. Now this, on the other hand, I'm so sad that I have to get rid of. This is the Mega Cushion Foundation from Wet n Wild. This is the shade Light Ivory, and this is so light on me. I love the finish of this foundation. It is beautiful. It's really gorgeous on my skin. It's so lightweight, it doesn't feel like I have a big stack of foundation on my skin, and yet it's covering. It has a nice satin finish. It doesn't look greasy. It doesn't look dry. It's just really perfection in the foundation for me. I just love this so much, but it is just so light. I tried using it again. I was like, you know what, maybe I can make this work if I use other products on top that will darken my skin a little bit and bronze up my skin a little bit more and have it be not so pale and white. But even then, it just really doesn't work. It doesn't have the same beautiful finish it's supposed to have because it's so light on me, and so it kind of emphasizes everything. So I need to get rid of it. It pains me because I don't think they make this anymore. It was my last one, and That's really too bad. I mean, I could potentially wait until a time where I'm super, super pale, but the thing is, because it's a cushion, it's gonna dry out. So if I don't use it within the next few months, it's just really gonna go to waste. So I'd rather give it to a friend. Moving on to concealers. Again, we have three. First, I have the Essence Stay All Day 16-Hour Concealer. This does nothing. Someone who wants nothing on their face might like it, but then just put nothing. I mean, I just don't like this. The Liquid Camouflage from Catrice. This is a little bit better. It's a bit more covering. People say apparently it's supposed to be kind of a dupe for the Shape Tape. I don't get it. It's not bad per se. It's just, I like a more full coverage. And even when I want something a bit more natural or luminous, that's not the one I'm going to reach for. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. And then I have the Sephora High Coverage Concealer Natural Finish. This is not bad. This is by far the best of the three I just showed you. But again, it's a tad too light, and I have so many others I prefer over this one. They don't make it anymore either. I don't think they do. So yeah, there's no point in me keeping it as well. I have powders then. I have the Poreless Perfection Powder from Catrice. I tried it again yesterday, and it's just not pretty. It's too yellow. It's supposed to be a universal shade. It's not in my opinion. It really reads yellow on the skin. It has this weird luminous finish all the while being drying on the skin, which seems like it makes no sense, but that's how I feel when I have this powder on my face, so I'm getting rid of it. The Mattifying Compact Powder from Essence. This one I found a way to kind of make it work by applying it with a damped sponge that I press into it. So when I use it that way, I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's not that awful, but why would I go out of my way to try and make a powder work when I do have powders that are good, you know? So getting rid of it. I then have from Sephora the Flawless Face Palette. Again, and this is a recurring theme when it comes to Sephora, they launch new collections regularly, and so they get rid of the older stuff. So this, I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore. It probably hasn't been on the market for a while because this is old. I have a lot of trouble using my face palettes, generally speaking. Now, the highlighter palette or a blush palette or contour palette, I'm like, yeah, that I can kind of come around and use. This, when it's a palette with a bunch of different shades to do a bunch of different things, I kind of feel like I have to use all of them, but there's always going to be some of them I don't really like, and so I'm like, oh, I don't want to use this, you know what I mean? I don't want to get a palette out of my collection and then just use the blush. You know, I know this is silly, but anyway, you know me and face palettes, I tend not to use them enough. This one is old. I don't use it ever. It doesn't exist anymore. It's going to someone else. I'm also giving away this Wet n Wild contouring palette. This side of the powder is great. It's a beautiful bronzer, honestly. It's a great powder. It's very soft and creamy, amazing. But this side is just too yellow and too dark for me, so I know I never ever use it. And so I don't really see the point in keeping a product if I'm only using a part of it, knowing that, again, I have so many other bronzers I use. It's like pointless. I also have this Pure Marble Powder Bronze. This is weird. It's weird because when you blend it all together, because you're supposed to like swirl it like that, it's very light. It's light, it's slightly sheeny, but not too much. It's a bit pinky. It would be more of a contour shade, but even then it's a bit too pink to be a contour shade. I don't know what this is about. I bought this thinking it was something else from Pure. My mistake, but this is going bye-bye. I have a blush from Kiko. This is the Radiant Baked Blush in the shade Up to Mauve. This is very shimmery. Now, sometimes I'm in the mood for a shimmery cheek, and I want a blush that is a bit shiny and out there, but when I do, it's not this one I'm thinking about, so I'm not using it, giving this away. Another blush, this is from Curd. This is the Dreamy Glow Gel Cream Blush. This is just extremely non-existent on my skin. So first of all, the color of the product is way different from the color of the packaging, which is the color I expected to have. That's okay, that happens, but it's just, it kind of blends into almost nothing because it's so light. It's very, very liquidy, so if you have a foundation underneath, it's gonna move the whole thing. Now this, I think that you might enjoy and you might be able to make it work if you're only using this and you just apply it all over the cheek with no other product. I don't do that. I always have foundation and powder and all that crap. So this is just, for me, really useless. And then onto highlighters. I have this palette from Sleek. This is the Cleopatra's Kiss. These are very pretty. So you have 2 creams and 2 powder highlighters, and you can see like they're intense, they're beautiful. They're the kind of highlighters that I do enjoy, but I never use it. I never think of using it because it's in the back of my drawer with my other palettes, and I prefer my other palettes, and this is just, there's really nothing bad with this product. It's just, I forget about it, so I'd rather just give it away. Now the Sheglam highlighter, this is the Cosmic Crystal Mousse in the shade Vanilla Sky. This is weird. I still cannot understand how to work with this product, how to use it, how to spread it. The color is, there's something off about this. I cannot really put a finger on it, but I'm giving this away because I can't figure out how to use it in a way that I really do like it. And the Dandelion Twinkle from Benefit, again, not at all a bad product, really not. It's just a very, very soft and gentle highlighter, and you know that's not my jam. I prefer a metallic, out there in your face, super glowy highlight. Now, sometimes I do prefer something a bit more soft and barely sheeny, but even when I do, again, I'm not gonna think of using this product. So this is almost brand new, honestly. I've only used it a few times, so I'd rather give this away to someone who might like it. Moving on to brows. Now, some of the products I just showed you, I can tell you I don't like them. I don't like the way that they work. They don't do what I want them to do or what they're supposed to do. But you know what? Someone might like it somehow. Why? Why would you like it? It's water. It does nothing. This pisses me off, honestly. This is the Lash and Brow from Essence. This is like, what? €1.50, maybe €2. It's really not that expensive, so it's really not that big of a deal. It's not like, oh my god, they stole from me. No, they did not. I don't care. But it's just really water. I just don't understand, why would you even put that on the market? Just use nothing. So if one of my friends wants it, good, go ahead, but it's just gelified water, just so you know. I then have a long-lasting fiber brow pencil from Sephora. Not a bad pencil, but it's a regular like wooden pencil, and so I find it difficult to be super precise with my brows, so I don't use it. I'd rather just have someone else use it if they can. And then the Brow Perfector from H&M Beauty. So this is a small mascara, a colored mascara for the brows. You can see there's a bit of fibers in there. I don't really like this kind of products. I don't use this kind of product. I know that there's a NYX, a new launch that is something similar to this that apparently is, oh my god, wonderful. I do want to try it because I have heard people who usually don't like this kind of product saying, hey, I actually do like that product now. So I'm curious, but this really, I'm not using. And finally, we move on to the eyes. I first have 4 single eyeshadows from H&M again. I bought these, a while ago, and at the time they were on sale and they were like €2 for a single shadow. So I was like, okay, I just took a whole bunch of them. And then over a year ago, I went through my collection. I did a huge declutter, and I did remove from my collection a bunch of the single eyeshadows from H&M that were in colors I was like, you know what, I know I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to get rid of it. I kept this very light matte creamy color, thinking, you know what, this might be good to put on top of a base before applying the rest of my eyeshadow. In theory, it was a good idea, but practically speaking, what I do is that I just use this kind of shade in the palette I'm using, or I just use a bit of face powder. So really, I just don't ever think of reaching for this. And then the other 3 shades are shimmery shades. They're not bad. I really don't have nothing to say negative about it. It's just, again, I don't think of reaching for my single eyeshadows, so I might as well just get rid of them. Still from H&M Beauty, I have this palette. This is the Into the Sunset palette. Beautiful color story, really, really pretty. The quality is not awful. The mattes are not the most blendable, but it's okay. The shimmers are not the most shimmery, but it's okay. It's just, I don't use it. I don't use it, and I don't really see myself using it. Same kind of thinking for the Sephora. This is the Vivid Earth. Not a bad palette. Nice color story, very fall. You have a few shimmers and a lot of mattes, so it's a nice palette to have. It's just not going to be my favorite formula. It doesn't exist anymore, so even if one day I want to do another full face of Sephora makeup, I don't think I would use it, so I'm giving this away. And last but not least, I'm getting rid of my Seduced palette from W7. This is a dupe. It's not a dupe, it's an imitation. That's just as simple as that. This is clearly stealing. This is the exact same palette as the Sultry, except it's not ABH formula. Sultry is one of my all-time favorite palette. You know, I love that one. So obviously I do enjoy the color story. I did a video where I compared the two, and it's not as crappy quality as I thought it would be. But still, if I want to use Sultry, I just use Sultry. I'm not gonna use this ever. I bought it a while ago, before I even had a channel. I bought this thinking one day I will have a channel and I will make a video comparing this to the actual Sultry from ABH, and I did it. That's it. That's done. Check. So this I'm giving away. It's not bad in quality. It's just, I have this already. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel because it's free, so why wouldn't you? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.